Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J, live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all for everybody who's rocking with us tonight. We appreciate you for being a part of tonight's discussion. We got a lot more of the show that we're going to be getting into, and we appreciate you. I want to thank our sponsors, Live Action Captions, as well as Free Spirit Enterprises. They always rock with us, and we are rolling with them. We appreciate our partners at YouTube, as well as our partners at Streamer and TuneIn, and those folks that listen to us on our website, Legacy Internet Radio. It's because you guys come and join us every single week. This is the reason why we're able to continue doing what we do here at Legacy Internet Radio. So at this time of the show, it's time for me to turn it over to my little sister, the dating pool diva. It's time for the Diva Diaries, and her song is on, and she like to do her little dance over there. I don't know what she doing. The Facebook Live, can y'all see her? Oh boy.
The Dougie, okay. All right.
There she go. She's doing the diva dance, and her song is playing in the background. For technical reasons, I can't blast it, but I think it's the thought that counts. So
yeah, I heard it better this time.
Did you hear it better this time?
Usual, yeah.
Because normally
don't let me hear it at all.
Nah,
so.
because you be giving me the business, man.
Yeah. I can't do my dance without my music. Okay, so.
Yeah, well, your music is there, and so I'm glad to have you. I'm glad to
glad to be here
as a sponsor, and as well as in your perch across the table from me, leading the segment every single month, fourth Monday of the month. So you got a room full of folks, and
yes, I do have lots of people
and
here.
They don't even know how you do. So
real.
You don't even. They don't know how you do.
They don't even know what time it is.
They don't even know what's coming.
I'm gonna take it easy on them though.
Gonna be nice.
Oh, you gonna half step?
Yeah, I'm gonna half step a little bit. I'm gonna take it easy on. They knew, they don't know what's going on.
Well, all right, you got it. What you got?
All right, show of hands. Who is single at the table? If you feel comfortable revealing that, okay. So halfway.
You halfway.
Sort of.
You halfway.
The rest of us
You
are
is
single
or you
except for
ain't.
Marcus J.
Oh,
okay. But you're taken,
been there,
but
done that.
not quite there yet. Okay. All right. So this question is, posed to our single people. Let me see. When it comes to dating, and it could be applied to someone who's in a relationship. When it comes to dating, are you more of a traditional dater who goes to the dinner, the movies, the normal thing? Or do you like to while out, do something different, crazy, go to an amusement park, somewhere that's just kind of exotic? Oh, okay, I'm going to ask you first, Mr. R. Timothy.
Hey, is this thing on? Is this thing on?
Yeah.
I'm a traditional gator. I want to be wined and dined. Don't you know?
You want to be winding?
You want to be winding down?
No, I mean I want to wine and dine.
Dine a lady.
He said it right. I like
that.
You want to wine?
I mean, if I'm going after you, I feel like I need to take the initiative to say, hey, let's go out to eat. Let's grab something to eat. Let's grab a movie or catch a movie or something like that. That's the beginning stages for me. Okay. Talking about your likes, your dislikes, getting to know someone before you actually say, hey, this is actually my girlfriend.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
That. Right.
Because you found out years later, hey, 7 years later, I don't know your color, I don't know what ticks you off, and then it's just a bad situation.
I ain't know you
so
shot
traditional.
Right, more traditional. Okay.
Yeah,
anyone disagree with that?
Well, since I'm halfway right now in my transition,
okay,
Lord Jesus.
Let me make sure I get your name right. Johnetta?
Johnetta, spelled like Juanetta, but it's French.
Oh, French.
Ooh, you got French in your family.
All right.
Johnetta.
All right, Johnetta. Continue, please.
I believe that I am both.
Okay.
I believe that, first, you can do your traditional dating, but as time progresses, you got to keep doing something to keep the attention going.
Amen, G.
Right.
Maybe a bungee jumping or an airplane
She's taking it to the
diving
extreme.
or something like that would be, fun. I think that the next man that I have, he's definitely going to
Nah, I
have to
ain't
be
gonna bungee.
more adventurous because I feel like I only have one life to live. There he goes. And
You get 2 thumbs up and a snap.
Yeah.
thank you.
I just whispered to Big Bro. I said I like her.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I do want to dive off an airplane, and I do want to bungee jump.
Really?
I'm gonna do that.
You got a
Watch
sense of
it.
perception.
Watch it.
Watch it. Hey, look,
Watch
if you don't do something fun
Watch
that you almost died doing on purpose,
Watch
you ain't lived. You know what I'm saying?
I'm adventurous.
We getting a hit.
He said, "Watch it."
We getting a
Social
hit.
media?
That's what he
Watch
said.
it. We getting a hit in Facebook Live. Our sister LM is checking in.
Hey, girl.
She's saying peace to the crew, more specifically to the Diva, Big Bro Joe, and yours truly. So, peace out, sister LM.
Hey, girl.
Peace to my sister Jane is checking us out. What's up, Jane? It's a new moon. I know.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. Diva, continue.
Okay, Mr. Roth over here.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yes,
I heard you getting real excited and vocal over there, so I want to know, traditional or a little contemporary. What are you into?
I'm both as well. I do like the whole going out to dinner, going to the movies, going to the mall. I am going to test the lady. We'll try to make dinner at home. Kick it at home. Watch the movie at home.
Netflix and chill. Okay, all right.
Literally Netflix and chill. We're not gonna go with the other one.
Okay,
But yeah.
all
And then I do like the whole taking the trips here and there, going bungee jumping, going to the beach, chilling on the beach, going places, see what we both like, try to get a feel of each other. And I'm a type of guy that likes to experience different things. Food wise, I like international food.
Yes.
I like Thai food. I like Indian. So we're definitely going to try different stuff. It's not just going to be the same old things that we do around here.
There you go.
Okay, keep it spicy. That's right, and interesting.
You next.
All right, Janet, what do you think about this? Are you traditional or contemporary with your dating style?
Well, actually, I was married.
All right.
But don't y'all still date? Are y'all
You
still
still got to
going?
keep it
Yeah,
up.
we date. Well, I'm more of a traditional. It's just how I was brought up. So, and my husband is, oh my gosh, when I first met him, everything, he actually kissed me on my forehead in church.
On the second pew.
Yes, and as our relationship grew, he would literally would not allow me to open my own door. He has to
Right.
do it,
That's what he's supposed to do.
and that right there just topped it off right there. So,
Got you, didn't it?
yeah. So pretty much, chivalry is not dead, and that's what I got, and that's what I believe in.
That's great.
Well,
That's
mine
great. You
didn't
got
open
what
the door
you
unless he
wanted.
was in front of
Big
people.
Brother Joe, what do you think?
Yes. Well, you know me. I'm that non-traditional traditionalist.
Okay,
Aha.
explain.
It's an oxymoron, play on words. See, because first of all, it's funny how you put it, because I was taught manners and opened the door, chivalry, like you stated. Certain things that it's built into your DNA. Dana. Dana, man, don't play with me. It's certain things that are built in that mom and pops taught me, but there's also those extra erotic things that I love to do. Hence, I'm the cook. I'm the person who cooks. Don't get in my kitchen, ladies. Don't come in my kitchen.
Okay.
Because your
that's
palate
fine.
will be so overwhelmed, because you will sit there and be like, damn, did he really? Yeah, sure did. I mean, and somebody else sit there and said, see, 101st right here.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's right. Jumped out of perfectly good planes for no reason.
I
Well,
love it.
the second time I did, the first time they kicked me out. But anyway, I mean, that's the type of things I love to do. To jump out of planes with with a person a tandem. You have no idea how erotic a tandem jump is, because a person who has never jumped before, and you have them and they have you, and you like, whew, and once you get back to the ground, man,
Yeah, your
it's
life
a
just
thing
flashed
going-
before your eyes.
You're renewed. You're renewed.
You got a good ring rotating.
That's real romantic when your life about to end and you survive.
We getting some more love in social media. My sister Laurel is checking us out. What's up, Laurel? Thank you for checking us out. Laurel's a cook too, by the way. We need
Cook,
to.
hey.
Yeah. She's not a cook, a chef.
A chef.
She's a chef, and I would love
But you
to
gotta
get
cook
her
before you can be a
back
chef.
in here to talk more. Laurel, hint, hint. I said it live, so you know I meant it. And my brother Ronald is still checking us out. He said, "Let's go." So that's what he says. So Diva, pick up here.
All right, anything else you want to add?
Well, there's one
Big
more
brother
person
Joe?
sit back here who trying to half step and
Oh,
not get.
somebody
Come on,
half
come on.
stepping
I
in
think,
back?
come on,
We
come
don't
on.
do that. We
I think you need to ask her. I did.
It's time.
This is Elder Jacqueline. Hallelujah.
Introduce yourself.
I am Jacqueline, and the question was, am I a traditionalist or am I contemporary?
When it comes to dating or
I would say I'm
relationship. Okay.
I'm both. I like the fact that someone wants to open a door, but then at that point, I want more than that. I look for someone who has more interest and spontaneity, who can come to the table with something and not just keep it boring for me. So, like what Rolf talked about, he likes to eat. He likes to eat and have different types of cultural experiences. That's what I like to do. I like to travel. I like to see the world. I like to shop. I want somebody who doesn't mind going shopping with me when I want to go shopping, but I don't mind going fishing with them and treading in the lakes
Going hiking.
and going hiking and doing all of
that's
that.
a lot
I
of
like
guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes.
do the zip runs, yep, zip lines. I want to do white water rafting. I go canoeing, so I have no limitations there. So
That's
Yes, we
awesome.
should.
because
That's
I
the
love
type of
fishing.
girl.
My
All
sister,
right.
my sister Melinda is checking us out, y'all. Peace to
And I love
my sister
waterfalls.
Melinda. You love, what was the last thing you love?
Waterfalls.
Oh, yeah.
Waterfalls.
So
To areas where you can
Chasing water.
I knew I wasn't the only one.
Yeah,
I
we
knew
got a second
that I
set.
wasn't the only one. Because I was about to do it. I was about to join
I seen the
all
rainbow
Timothy Hart and
yesterday.
Renewed.
I seen it
I was about to be
inside.
singing that joint, like for
Messing
real.
that song all.
Yeah, man. I was about to walk on water like T-Bars and Jesus, boy. Yeah, every time I say Jesus, y'all gonna do that. You know what I mean? Be in the middle of conversations about something completely different, just throw a Jesus in it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
All right, Marcus J, you last one. What
I
you
guess
think?
I'm probably a hybrid, but I have to be properly inspired.
Using a lot of big words tonight.
I mean, because
Hybrid.
that's that Virginia Union University education right there.
And he
You know what I
can't
mean?
spell half
You know
of
what I
it.
mean?
You know what? Us Rams, we don't have to show
There you go.
off
Us
with all
Rams
those
don't
big
have to
words.
do all that.
You know,
Yeah, we ain't got to do that.
There's nothing like a HBCU, no matter what one. And so love to the Trojans as well. Ain't
We
no half
accredited.
stepping with Marcus J live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. We got a call on the line. Caller, what's your name? What you want to get in on?
Hi, Marcus. It's Jane.
Hey Jane, what's happening?
Not much, babe. What's happening?
Hey man, we in
that
here.
my girl, Jane?
That's our sister Jane, who
Jane.
our psychic, and she's my mentor when it comes to moons. And we in the middle of a new moon, and so
We got a new moon. I was listening to you guys talking about dating, and the one thing I like to do is I like to go to sporting events. So I like football games and hockey games and stuff like that.
yeah,
That's awesome.
Cowboys. Woo.
yeah,
keep it-
and
keep it
our
fun.
sister. Right now, Janet is looking at me and she's pumping her fist.
Who you like?
Jane, you
Green
you
Bay,
can't
and
see
they're
her, but
playing right now.
she's definitely agreeing with you. I think the word or the phrase diva that you used was traditional versus
Contemporary.
Contemporary. Jane, which one would you consider yourself?
I'm a little bit of both, just like other people have been talking about. I like going to dinner and a movie, but then I like going to NASCAR races. I love going to art galleries.
Yeah.
I love going to bookstores. You know, just stuff that you would not think of as like traditional dating. But I think when you do something, especially if a guy likes sports events and you go with him, you really get to see a different side of somebody, and I think you can see more of a relaxed side of it.
Yeah, I honestly believe, Jane, you have no idea how much more you could get out of your partner if you showed a little interest in the things.
And what they're interested in.
And what they're
Amen
into.
to that. Amen,
You know,
amen,
you just
amen.
you show a little interest in what they're into, and you can find yourself really taking off. Jane, I know that you got a couple of things going on with you. While I got you on the line, first of all, whenever I have an opportunity to talk about the moon, I always like to have you talk about the moon. So real quick, because I don't want to take too much of the Diva's time, but tell us about the new moon, and then tell us about what you're doing real quick. Go for it.
New moon tonight. Everybody looked up. It's a little cloudy out, so on a new moon it's not as bright. The brightness comes with a full moon, but it's a good time to start something new. If you really want to have intentions on something going well, this is a great night or a great day to do it, because it's almost the first of the month. Remember, we talked about this a little. It's why we sign leases and start, everything new, start new jobs, all of that at the first of the month. It's because the new moon is that intention. That's what it's for. So this is a great day to do that. It'll last till tomorrow morning a little bit, the new moon will be in. And then, of course, in about 14 to 15 days, we'll have that full moon.
I know when you say start something new, we're in the middle of our Diva Diaries relationship segment. Can you connect relationships to this time of the moon?
Oh, yeah. I definitely can. Think about it. If you've met somebody and maybe you met them last week or something, but you're not sure about it, it's a great time to start dating somebody, to get to know somebody, because the gravity that comes to the moon, it's actually the furthest away, which is a good thing, because you kind of see the actual person you're getting. If you do it on a full moon, you have more gravity because the moon's closer, so it kind of will mess with people's personality, emotions, that kind of thing.
Gotcha. Last thing, real quick, what you're doing over there in Lakeside?
I'm opening a bookshop. It's called Lulabelle Bookshop, and it's in the Lakeside area of Henrico County. And it's a spiritual, holistic, metaphysical bookshop with books and candles and essential oils and pendulums and jewelry and crystals and stones and just all kinds of stuff. We're going to have classes. We're going to do readings. We already have a gathering circle every Saturday at 2 o'clock. It's free, and we just come together and just talk about our beliefs.
I look forward to an opportunity to be there. I'm usually here in studio during our Saturday show at that hour, but I may have to slip out and try to come over there and hang out with you. My sister Jane, got love for you. Absolutely. Look forward to having you back here in your home one day soon, okay?
All right, I'll be back
Thanks
soon.
for
Thank
calling.
you, everybody.
No problem. Take it easy. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. A couple of hits from Facebook Live. Joe Melinda says peace to you.
Peace.
I don't know why she likes you, but she does.
Because I'm a nice guy.
Yeah, just whatever.
And I'm cute.
Okay, Grecian formulas. Ronald is making fun of me, or he's agreeing with me. I'm not sure, but he says wordsmith. So he's either with me or he's picking on me along with the diva. But that's my brother, so he's probably with me.
Yeah, you're a wordsmith.
He picking on you.
Ronald, I don't know, brother. But he continues. He said, what we need to do is get rid of the label and just be. Still have what you want, but not box yourself into these labels. I noticed we have a little of both, but they need no label. So I definitely can dig that. I was getting into... Melinda says she don't like you. She just hit me back. I was getting into what I was saying about the dates. And like I said, if you're properly inspired, or me, if I'm properly inspired, sky's the limit. But I am one who likes to do whatever, we can do. Right. I'm a huge sports fan. And so if it's got the New York Knicks, which I'm watching on the game right now, the New York Football Giants, or the New York Yankees. I even like hockey and watch the Rangers. So if it's got something to do with any of those, you got my attention. But I'm also adventurous, and very passionate. And so whatever it is that can be done, I want to do it. It's just whatever. Like, I want to jump out of a plane. Like seriously, I want to jump out of a plane. I want to do it. I just got to get the promise from the universe to not die. I'm not sure I'm going to get that promise.
You ain't going to get that. But I got you.
But you know what I mean? So, but I do want to do it. I'm not an adrenaline junkie, but I think that one of the sexiest things you can do is to be in an adrenaline rush type of situation in a very passionate moment with somebody that you rock with like that.
Right.
But
You know what I mean?
Right.
If
I'm
you're
not
a
hooking up
sister,
with
your
you.
dude. If you a dude, your sister. I mean, like, whatever it is, you can do. If you can get an adrenaline rush and you can add that to the passion that you already got, even in the early stages, it ain't even got to be weird. Like, it ain't even got to be like when it's over, we trying to be intimate or anything like that. Like, you know what you dealing with when there's passion involved.
Right.
If there's passion involved, then you know that there's something that could be done.
So,
You
Mark,
know what I mean? So where's that coming from?
I don't want to.
Oh, there you go.
So what you're saying is, this is somebody that you don't really have a relationship with. Maybe you're just friends, but you might want to consider more than friendship. And you're saying if you happen to take one of these adrenaline dives, like going off of the going out on the plane, and the two of you connected together, you're saying out of this type of intimacy, you'll develop that kind of relationship?
Well, you could, and you know, I didn't define it quite that way, but you could. I'm a very passionate person, and if I'm just meeting you, and that's something that I know I would do, and you say that you would do it, you already got that positive check mark. Like, you already check a good box for me. You know what I mean? And don't, like Big Bro Joe said. Big Bro Joe said, "Don't let it die."
To take that kind of risk, you just meeting and you're just friends, and you both agree, hey, you know what? I want to do something different today. What do you want to do? And both of you agree to do that kind of spontaneous act. Then I don't think anything like that is going to die. In fact, in actuality, I think it's going to just ignite with something else. Could be to be a stronger and more developed relationship where
Right.
you actually become greater.
But you know what else for me? Like, that's what I said, because that's what was on my mind in that moment just now when I said it.
Right.
But I'm also very cerebral. So if we're going to go to a museum and we're going to enjoy the museum together, that's just as passionate to me. And I can get a very similar stimulation from that as well.
You're a cerebral
And I like
assassin.
CrossFit,
CrossFit.
Word.
hardcore boot camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see which one of us throw up first.
We're going to talk. We're going to talk later. We're going to talk. We're going to talk. I got some seals that we can talk to.
Like, hey, boo.
Hey.
Hey, boo. Which one of us gonna
Total
throw up
muscle
first?
failure.
You know what I mean?
We're going to see who fall out.
Hey, look. The first one to throw up is cooking. You know what I mean?
Well,
but real talk, all jokes aside, like, that's sexy though. Like, let's do CrossFit and let's run, you know, until one of us pass out. Like,
Ask 'em.
that's completely unorthodox. Because see, I think where we run into a problem is that we try to define stuff, and I think that's what Ronald was trying to say. Like, we define stuff. Like, if this is what the personality of your relationship ends up being, then it's dope. But you both got to have the buy-in, because if one person wants to go in one direction and the other person wants to go in another direction, then you
Ends up in a divorce.
it very possibly
Amen.
could end up in a divorce. But it certainly, at the very least, is going to end up in a whole lot of resentment at minimum. So, ain't no half step with Marcus J, live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio, 804-402-2893. Diva, continue.
Thank you. I'm going to wrap this up, but just to say my own spin on it, I think that you have to keep it spicy. You have to keep it, you know, passionate, as you said earlier, and different. And for me, I'm way on the other end of the spectrum. The dinner and the movie thing bores me. Unless it's somewhere different than I've never been, like you said, an exotic restaurant or something like that. But if it's just going to Applebee's and the TGF Fridays where everybody goes and we're just sitting there, it becomes formal to me, especially for a first date. You know, if it's, you know, a date that we have,
Y'all
hundreds.
established?
You're established. Okay, let's
Then,
go
yeah,
to the Applebee's. But if you just meeting first date, let's do something fun. Let's go to Dave and Buster's, or I ain't jumping out no plane.
Yo, let's go.
But
Let's go ski shoot.
I'll do just about anything else adventurous.
Let's go shoot it. Let's go to the range.
Oh,
Come
no, I
on,
ain't
I'm an
doing that
expert.
either.
I'm an expert.
You know how I
I
feel
train
about
those
that.
to shoot. I
Hold
train
on.
them.
Wait,
to shoot.
wait. See, you can't talk.
Hold on.
I
You an
train.
expert at shooting? We don't want you.
Expert.
No,
talking.
39 out of 40. Come on.
Hold
Well,
on a second.
you're one short.
You-
I know. I hated that.
Hey.
What happened was the target moved.
Girls, big bro,
Target move.
girls and guns,
Girls and
guns, yeah, yeah, girls and guns,
Have
man.
you ever seen the Lion King when he say it again, Mufasa? Do it again.
Oh man, hey, don't have Stephen Marcus J. You're listening to the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. Call us and be down with us like Jane did a few minutes ago. 804-402-2893. Those folks on Facebook Live, we've got a few of them going on. Appreciate those folks that are checking us out right now. You're listening to R. Timothy Harton and Renewed.
Yeah.
They are part of the flagship show here on Legacy Internet Radio. Ain't no hashtag on Marcus J. You're listening to the DIVA Diaries segment, our relationship segment that is fronted by our sister, the dating pool diva, who we love, and she joins us and leads the segment every single fourth Monday of every single month here on Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. So we're gonna move on to our next
Yes,
one.
we're transitioning to
Okay.
another question.
Okay.
Oh, you use
Okay.
big words too?
Transitioning, is that
He's
big
cerebral.
to you?
You
Is that a big
transitioning. What the what?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all unionites.
Rams.
Transition is
Rams,
one
baby.
word.
Oh,
You
Rams,
would
my
have preferred her to say move on.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
2 words.
Let's move on.
You know what?
When it comes to committed relationships,
Joseph.
what is more important, love or money? What do you guys think?
Love.
Did you?
Love.
Love is
Explain.
more important.
Money.
We'll
Well-
get to you, Joe. We'll get to you.
Well, if you allow money to be the factor of your relationship, it can easily divert into different your own different ways. It actually can lead down to destruction. So as long as you have the love that you have for each other when you first met and when you decided to join in a committed relationship, no matter what happens in that relationship, whether it is financial issues or whether it's health issues, that love, that bond that you have for that person, for each other, will be unbreakable.
Oh, I love the way that you articulated that.
That's beautiful.
Hallelujah.
Wordsmith.
Hallelujah.
Number 2. Big Brother Joe, what do you think?
Oh, you know what I'm gonna say? Money, cause romance without finance is a damn nuisance.
You got that from a song, okay?
Let's be real. And you know what? I understand what you're saying. You know the love factor. You have to have that love in your heart. But if you can't financially support somebody, love might not bring you home at night. I'm just gonna be real with you. Let's keep it real. And now, not everybody, but if you look at the world we live in today, you have to have that financial stability along with that love. It's a lot of different factors that goes into making sure that we are successful in our relationship. And love won't support you.
Let me ask you this, though, Big Brother Joe. Sorry to cut you off, Janet. What if you had to pick one? There's no love. There's just money. What's going to happen then?
Well, I mean, you notice if there's just love and there's no money, I guess we're going to be poor together.
Ooh.
But if there's no money and just love, somebody's going to be looking for that financial stability. You can say what you want to say. You can be in love all day long. Somebody eye going to turn. If you get a bauble, and I say bauble, y'all might not know what a bauble is. You get a little ring. You don't think so?
Sorry, this is the
Y'all are using some big words today.
Oh, did you? What the hell?
Bauble.
Yeah, well, I mean,
That's a jewel?
that's a
What-
jewel.
Jewel?
Okay. Well, I'll use jewel for your, layman's terms.
Thank
Jewel.
you. Thank you.
But for those folks, I mean, if you find somebody with something shiny, it's like that new penny syndrome. If you know that somebody else over here got this little shiny penny, and no matter how much love you got, you're gonna excuse the word I want to use is migrate towards. Y'all good with migrate? Because y'all might not know what that means.
Oh, it's not my
But
brain.
everything that glitters is not gold,
You're
right?
Right.
There can be some fool gold out here too, but some fools in love too, and they broke.
Ooh.
And some of them are happy,
Some of them
broke
are happy.
together.
You're right. But you know what? Once again, it's a fine line. I think you must have both, and it's a balance between. You can't get everything. You're not going to get everything with love, and you're not going to get everything with money. Hence, there's a balance between the two.
Right.
I mean, if you believe that you're going to get everything with love or everything with money, and once again, this Big Bro Joe, the disclaimer is the points of Big Bro Joe are not necessarily the views of Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J. It's us.
Melinda says, hold on a second. There's a couple of comments here. And I want to get them chronologically. So, Melinda, I'm going to come back to your comment because I want it chronologically. But it looks like Melinda and Ronald and Angie have a little bit of a dialogue that's going on here. So let me kind of read this out here chronologically. Angie says, no labels. Ronald says, man, it's enough characters, love all day, but the word and meaning of love has been watered down, so people have no true understanding of what love really is. Now the money has destroyed love. Melinda agrees with Ronald and says, love, love, love. There are plenty of rich, sad people. Real love keeps you together. Ronald says, stability financially is important because of the system we live in. But at the end of the day, when we are talking about human beings, without love is chaos. Laurel agrees with Ronald about the respect piece. So I wanted to get all of that in
Ms. Janet, you had something
chronologically. Janet, you want to jump in?
Love conquers all.
Not in this world.
Love conquers all.
I don't know which world you got. You on Krypton.
No, but
this is not it.
I understand where you're coming from, but yes, it's good to have a financial, background where, it's stable enough to support and everything. But if that becomes the main issue, it's like, okay, what do we get into this relationship for? Was it just money, or was it the fact that that night that I met you and you caught my eyes, you were the apple of my eye, this, that. You know what I'm saying? You start to lose focus when you start focusing on that, especially like if bills come due and this and that.
And they gonna keep coming.
Right. But you don't want money to be the center of the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's one of those questions when you're given those two things, you have to, because the way the question, Diva, if I'm understanding you properly,
yes,
we had to make a choice.
Yes, I borrowed this question from a Facebook group, Where It's At, I think is the name of it. And basically you had to choose either love or money, and you'll be surprised. A lot of people did pick money.
Well,
I was one of the few that stood up for love.
I'm not gonna just throw stones at those folks, because the reality is, I'm gonna get you in here, Rob. The reality is, love is something that can kind of begin to wane. Like, you can love somebody, but at the end of the day, love is not all you need, as Mary J would say. You know what I mean? Because you can love somebody and they drive you crazy. Right. And then what? Right. You know what I'm saying? What the money
gonna do
Marcus J?
Well, I mean, but then again, when we're talking about those two being the only two things that are part of this particular equation, it's difficult to really speak on just those two.
Well, you can buy you some therapy sessions.
But see, I'm not. Well, yeah, you can. But see, I'm not governed by by money, though. I'm not governed by money.
I like what you said, Marcus J. But I listened to it also. You said that love can wane. I don't think that the love wanes. I think that the feelings that people put with love may wane. Yeah, no, you're right. I don't think that the love itself ever dissipates.
I agree with you there.
I don't think that the love dissipates, but I think that the feel that what's the euphoric? Oh, one more time.
Come on. Big word. We're gonna do big words, and I'll do a bigger one. The dopamine effect that you get.
Dopamine. Psychology now.
We just got over that.
I'm actually glad that you clarified that. Come on, because
some educated people in my group here.
And the fact that we keep saying big words, that's actually offensive. Like, we all smart folks. We shouldn't be so excited about Virginia Union words that we're using in here. You know what I'm saying? HBCU. Shout out to the Trojans as well.
Trojans.
But seriously though, I'm glad you clarified that for me, because I should have been a little bit more articulate when I said that. It's not so much the love that can wane, but it's the feeling that goes along with it, and the euphoria and the dopamine effect.
And I think that's where our sister was going with that. And please don't let me speak for you, but I'm thinking that that's what you were saying. And I do a little jabbing, but you're right. But that's why I said there's a thin line. There's a balance to everything.
Yeah.
I guess if it was, I guess to be more specific, to confront the question, if it was up to me, I would choose love over money.
Okay.
I would choose love over money because, you can buy a whole bunch of stuff, but a whole bunch of stuff is not going to make you happy. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, that feels better than seeing a person that you love and getting that feeling. Like, whatever that feeling is, like everybody in this room knows what that feeling is. And even if you can't articulate it, you know it when you feel it.
It's that
It's the feeling. It's like when you see the person, it's like, man, especially when you haven't seen them in a while.
Right.
You see them and it's like, word, for real.
And this is beyond the scope of romantic relationships.
Absolutely.
I mean, your friends, your family members, your church members. What's more important, the money or the love? Yeah. What you think, Mr. Roth?
Before Roth gets in, because I want to give Facebook Live and social media priority. See, Ronald says respect first. Every aspect of relationships are based on the respect of the agreement, love, money, sex, etc. I definitely agree with that. And Melinda is agreeing with you, Joe. She continues, people are looking for what I get out of relationships. However, true love should not be selfish. Brandy says, in my experience, love can be chosen because if you love me, then getting the money to guarantee my security while together is loving me. Making sure I'm okay is love. Getting a feeling is just that feeling. I 100% agree with that. I hadn't even really thought about that angle, but that's a very good point there. Eugene says, money will make you have less stress on certain things. Love, with a smile on my face when I walk in the house, that money was really the catch. I think I understand what he's saying. Laurel says, Melinda, you mean unconditional love. There's a difference between unconditional love and expectation. So I'm curious to see what the response is with that. And the response came that quick. Yes, Laurel. So she agrees with her. Brandy says we look nice. Thank you, Brandy.
Thank you, Brandy.
Thank you, Brandy. Let's see. LM says, and now she's going to chime in. She says she's specifically pointing to me. She says, I definitely understand choosing love over money. The sad part of that is often families will shun you if you choose love over money. Being unequally yoked has caused a lot of discourse and separations in families. Speaking from familiar experience. And then Ronald goes back and says that goes into understanding of love. People's perception of love is different based upon upbringing and the love that someone shows you. We had some really good stuff that came in from Facebook Live. Y'all keep that conversation going. We appreciate you. Roth, you've been very, very patient, my brother. What you got, man?
I was just going to say, I mean, to be honest with you, I think both is very important. When it comes down to a relationship, I really feel like love needs to be established. You need to know the person that you share your feelings with. I really feel like it needs to be set in stone, and I really feel like let me actually go back to that. The love needs to be set in stone, and the money needs to be set in stone as well. I really feel like if you have, the funds set aside for whatever, when it comes down to bills, when it comes down to just, just taking that special one out, as long as you have that in place, and then on top of that with the love, when you love that person, you know that you love that person. It does not need to cross. And I had it in my mind what I was going to say.
Yeah, because you were so excited. We just kept talking and talking, and you forgot.
Well,
Well, think it over.
Yeah,
Think it over.
Okay, yeah, because I'm ready to say something. I'm ready to say something.
Yeah, John
ready to
has
say
something to
something.
say.
I was about to come back with
Eugene actually is clarifying his point. I'm glad he did because this makes perfect sense. He says what he meant is that you can have money to live, but you have to have love in your life to rest peacefully.
Exactly.
I think that might be.
Dropped the mic.
I think that's a drop the mic
That was
comment
it.
of
That
the
was
segment.
drop the mic.
Gene, that's the comment of the segment. Jonetta, go ahead.
I was going to say, what that young lady said, love is a choice. From my own experience, just having money is a great thing. You have that financial security. You know that, if anything happens, it'll be taken care of. But at the end of the day, money is not enough.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it becomes empty. You become empty as a woman or even as a man, and you just become business partners. And then the love actually that you thought you had can become hate, to where it's no communication, to where all it is that, hey, at the beginning of the month, we're going to sit down and we're going to pay our bills.
Right.
But after that, we're going to go apart and just do our daily lives. So at the end of the day, I do believe that love conquers all. And historically speaking, for the African American culture back in slavery days, love is all that what they had. Okay, they didn't have any money, they didn't have anything as we have today, and I thank God for the freedom and the liberty that we have today. But that's all they had to carry us through to where we are today. So I do believe, in my experience, that if I had to choose, that's what you asked, which one do you want to choose, love or money? That's a hard question. I choose love, because if our ancestors can make it, come on now, if our ancestors can make it through those hard times with the love that they had, I mean hard times, then I know I can make it through love today.
Different times.
Different times, yes. I know it's a new time,
Different times.
but still.
I mean, I totally understand, and I you know what, that's, well, it is a full circle, but I mean, like I said, we put everything into perspective, and the perspective that you put it in is a lovely notion. That's where we would all want to be. That's what we would like to get back to, without some of the issues of massive, in the corner. We would like to get back to that pure, unadulterated, just love.
Right.
But that, as a society,
But that lets me understand that our society is a heartless society. Because at the end of the day, if money is the only thing that you are with that person for, it's only going to take you but so far anyway. Even emotionally, that person can get to the point, you can have the money, but emotionally you're not fulfilled. Mm-hmm. So you become empty. People can become, lose their aspect in who they are, or even become depressed or suicidal just because they only have money. But like at the end of the day, the reality of it is you have to have the balance.
Yeah.
But the question was, which one would you choose?
Choose.
On somebody, I feel like preaching now.
Now you on it. Continuing with the comments in social media, Laurel says, I also believe that compassion is a word we haven't mentioned yet. I don't need a millionaire that can be compassionate towards someone's financial situation. There has to be a balance. Brandy said love needs to always be reciprocated. I know these days one seems to love more than the other, and love is the balance, the agreement. So good comments from everybody in the room, obviously, as well as in social media and Facebook Live. Y'all are doing a damn thing today.
Y'all rock. Thank you so much.
We giving y'all.
Diva did too, because she's inspiring us.
Yeah, man.
You are my muse today.
And whatnot.
I tried.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
Y'all inspire me.
You always real dope, but last month and tonight, man, you taking your ain't no half step on Marcus J juice serious, like for real.
She's sipping
and whatnot. So let's see if we can do one more. You got one more?
Well, maybe take a little break.
Let's keep going. No.
Keep going?
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going. And because we're getting close to the end of the show, so I don't want to do a break. So if we need to get a minute into,
give me a quick minute.
Yeah, go ahead and
we can go back and talk.
Well, while you're you listening to live radio, man. So we produce on the fly, and so while we're waiting to get
y'all gotta
that,
entertain more people while I get my
we're
stuff
looking. we're looking in social media. Brandy actually, she said we live, y'all, and she hashtag renewed. So I'm guessing that's
Thanks,
somebody
Brandy.
that's a
Thanks,
fan
Brandy.
of the R. Timothy Horton and Renewed crew. So Brandy, we appreciate you, and we appreciate
Thank you so much.
What's up,
your
man?
patronage
Ray,
of the show
Ray.
on the strength of listening to your family, R. Timothy Horton and Renewed. So 804-402-2893 is the number to dial to be a part of the discussion. Diva, you got something for us?
Okay, I'm ready now.
You ready
Thank
to
you
rock?
for
That's
doing
what we
that.
that's
Yeah.
what we call filler.
Yeah, y'all
That was
filled in
that
right
was
there.
filler. Yeah, you like that?
I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked
that's
it.
what I'm talking about.
All right, so
what
this
you got?
is a question coming straight out of
Straight out
the
of
Dating
Compton.
Pool
Sorry.
blog book.
Couldn't help myself.
Okay, written by yours truly, Arthur
Yes.
Charisma.
I love
Okay.
All right, sometimes relationships can be hard to gauge or figure out. People send out mixed signals that can be misconstrued by the other person. Others are deceptive and misleading. How do you know when it's just right or when it's just a waste of time? Okay, so who wants to chime in on this first? Don't all go at once. Do you want me to repeat?
I'm gonna be
the
honest
question?
with you. I need you to repeat that question.
Okay, let's repeat it.
that's a
Sometimes
segment.
relationships can be hard to gauge or figure out. People send out mixed signals that can be misconstrued by the other person. Others are deceptive and misleading. How do you know when it is just right or just a waste of time?
She clarified that really good, didn't she?
Wow.
So basically, sometimes when you're dating, you don't really know how to read a person, okay? You don't know how to read their signals or what they're trying to tell you. So how do you know that they're being honest with you, straightforward, or whether you're just wasting your time with them? That's basically the gist of the question.
Ooh, can I start?
Mr. Joe? Okay.
All right. Listen. Well, you made it very clear, and you used the same words that you would use when you're thinking about the situation. First of all, if you have to guess at what somebody is saying to you or doing around you or whatever, then that's somebody's using their representative to try to promote some foolishness into your new relationship.
Right.
Hence, put them where they need to be, and that's to the side. You can't allow somebody to put their representative first. Now, we do it in our society every day. We do it in business. We do it everywhere we go. But first, hold up. We have...
Wait, let me get a comment in. We see you call. Hold tight for a
Got a
second.
comment?
Melinda says, be careful to listen to what people say and watch their actions. If they don't align, then
Yes.
it's a waste of time.
There it
Amen.
is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. We have a caller. Caller, your name and what do you got to say?
Hey, this is Laurel.
Laurel. What's up, Laurel?
Hey, hi. I've been talking to Ahura because he's been actually helping me with something.
Yes.
And basically, he has the best thing to say. He said meeting the right person is as easy as wiggling your fingers. And if you have any red flags, you don't even walk down that street. And that is just an important lesson that I learned very late in life. But I think if you feel at all if somebody's not in alignment with you, you got to walk.
I can agree with that.
I can
I can definitely agree
red
with that.
flags,
Hence what we were
definitely.
saying. If a person is putting their representative first and not giving you that your true being, and people feel that. I mean, just like animals know when somebody is lying to them, we know. But we wanna let it go. We want to circumvent. We want to change what people do to fit what we need or what we think we need at the time.
Right.
Yes?
Laurel, what do you think
Yeah,
about
absolutely. And I mean, we really know intrinsically when something isn't right, and you are absolutely right about that. We want to make it work. I just went through something like this. That ended on Thanksgiving, which is great, which I'm very thankful for because it took a long time, and without his help, I don't think I could have done it.
Right.
But and Shay and a couple of other people. But we talk. We're spiritual beings, and we know what's in alignment. I think we really know what's in alignment with us, and if there's anything that just doesn't feel right, and that doesn't mean that you shouldn't give somebody a chance. But if something doesn't really feel right, it's time to walk and walk in the beginning. Because
Right.
the right person is out there waiting for you, and I really believe that right now. And You know, if something doesn't feel right, it's for a reason. And people show you who they are. They tell you who they are. Oh, I'm not good at relationships. Believe them.
Right.
You know?
We got you. Laurel, thank you so much for supporting us and listening. Calling. And thank you for calling. We saw you in Facebook Live hanging out, but glad you called in.
See you soon. Bye.
You got it. Take it easy. And you know I have Stepping with Marcus J live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio 804-402-2893. Facebook Live. If anybody else want to call or anybody listening on tuning in on our website. Michelle K is agreeing with Melinda when she said if they don't align, it's a waste. Eugene says when you're willing to compromise the things that you believe me to share with the person that you want to be with is real, but when everything is going their way and you are getting nothing out of the relationship, it's false. He continues, you know it's real when you're willing to share that last piece of peanut butter and jelly sandwich that's so good to you, but if not, they can have it. So I can dig it. I mean, he kind of says it in jest, but I mean, I guess I can dig that. Diva, what do you think?
Well, I want to know what you guys think as for, you know, do you have experiences where you're dealing with people, not just, you know, dating situation, but where you're dealing with people and, you know, you have to communicate, but they're giving you mixed signals and it's not really clear, like, what their intention is. Do you always just say, you know, I'm just going to cut them off, or do you sometimes try to have a deeper conversation with that person?
I think in all relationships, I think and I believe that communication is key. You can find out the real person sometimes by simple dialogue.
Right.
And I think that once you communicate with a person and you become familiar with them, you can kind of understand and know in which direction that a person may be going to. And if you, and my sister over there, if you got the Holy Ghost, you can kind of go a little deeper than what people show you and tell you.
Right.
And because some things are just familiar, some things you've done before, some things you've heard before, some things you've experienced before, and you become a little immune to it. So it's like when you see those red signals, it's like, okay.
Yeah, but isn't that dangerous? Isn't that dangerous?
It's dangerous because, I mean, I feel like you can go back into the cycle, or you can say, I'm not going to do this, and cut it.
Go ahead.
Before it even goes that deep.
But the reason I was going to say that was because can you not miss a blessing by focusing on what somebody else has done in the past? Now that might be that true.
Your judgment could be off.
Yeah.
And you're definitely right. But I think that if you have experienced it enough to it have hurt you, it has caused you a lot of pain and suffering and stuff, you have the right to not to go do it.
I get you. You have the right, but like we were saying, does that necessarily mean that person isn't representing themselves truly to you?
But does it also mean that you can stay there and continue to get hurt?
But you don't know if you're going to get hurt or not unless you try. Right? Ladies?
You're a daredevil?
Yeah, I mean, that's
I'm
what
all
those
for
there.
giving a person
There's a
Touching
limit.
water.
I mean, like there is a limit.
There's a limit to how much I'm going to take, and if you consistently show me what you are, then that's what you are. That's the problem that we have is that we are naive to what people really show us.
Right.
Like me, I have a spirit to where I accept anybody. Like actually, I'm gonna be honest today. I can be naive. Like, oh no, that person ain't like that.
Right.
Oh, no, they show but they're not like. But when my eyes are really open and I really see what that person is for, then I cut them off.
You give them that rope,
cut them off.
but you give them enough rope.
Yeah, you give them enough rope.
It's kind of
yes, absolutely.
giving them a benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, you give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
But I think that you should.
I don't come with.
You give benefit. I give benefit of the doubt because people can change. People can change, and I do believe that people don't always stay in the same position and the same mindset that you probably met them in.
I don't know, because Marcus J been ornery all my life.
As long as I've known him.
Oh gosh.
Did y'all just?
But
Did they both just take a shot at me?
They just did that to you. I don't know what you could need
But I
to say
guess
about that.
in that,
Just took a
it was
shot.
something else that you found in him that made you want to stay and keep that
Right.
relationship.
Oh, most definitely. Most
Right,
definitely.
right.
His
Yes,
ornament
yes.
So
doesn't
it's so
bother
the
me
thing
at
is
all.
that you just can't focus on one deception then.
But one
Or
point you made, you are willing to accept some faults that you are not willing to accept others.
Right.
And the faults that are detrimental to you that you can't accept, then you either change them. And you can't change the person. See, that's where we fall into that trap.
Come on.
We try to change
Yes,
the
yes,
person.
yes.
Only
Nah.
God
And you
can
can't.
change him.
Hey, you made the statement earlier. You think people can change? No. I really don't think people underline. I've been a dumbass. I've been a mean ass person all my life. Real talk. But I give it to you just like it is. I'm a straightforward person. I'm honest, but I'm fair. And if you don't like somebody who's going to be straightforward with you, then I guess I'm not the person you really want to be with. If you think I'm going to sit there and cut corners and just say things to make you happy, then you late.
That person's
But I
a
think that
dishonest
even
person
in
and
that-
they are full of it.
Well,
Exactly.
even in that, you don't necessarily have to say things harshly. There's always a way to make someone.
No, I didn't say harsh. I said direct.
I mean, sometimes direct is harsh
Why?
to some people
Oh,
because some people.
So your sensibilities would be offended by the way I do things.
I mean, sometimes, but that's just in the person. I have a wool. I have a coat of wool, so a lot of things don't really affect me.
It just bounce off.
It just bounce off
got it.
because I've heard it. I heard it all. But there are some people that you have to go in a different direction because
You got to coddle people.
sometimes.
We getting a couple of hits in social media. Laurel, who just called in a few minutes ago, she says that I think you have to know yourself really well. So that's a good one. Our sister and clairvoyant medium Shayna Latia is checking in. She's saying peace to the crew. And Shayna says that she's direct like you, big bro.
Yeah.
So shout out to her. And Laurel, of course, for her comment again. And of course, shout out to our sister Tony is checking us out. Tony joins us here in studio on the second Monday
Hey, Tony.
every single month. Diva?
I was just going to piggyback on what you were saying. Sometimes you have to know where the message is coming from, too.
Right.
If you know that he's giving you a message of love, even though it may hurt your feelings, then you may take it differently. Like, for
Right.
instance, Marcus J. hurts my feelings all the time. But I know
Right.
that the message is coming from a place of love.
Right.
So I continue to interact with him knowing that he's going to give it to me raw. He's
Right.
going to give it to me straight up, no chaser, and I'm going to take it.
Right.
And I'm just going to have some hurt feelings, but I'm going to grow from it.
Right.
You know
But
what
you
I'm
know
saying?
that's somebody who truly loves
But
you.
that's
though.
just that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's love.
And
You got to know
sometimes-
it.
You
Is
know
it
that's
love?
somebody who truly loves you.
And sometimes that take time.
It does. It does.
It takes time because if you trying to get to know somebody at the beginning stages and you tell them how you
Right, right.
that ain't gonna work.
Right.
That ain't gonna work. But sometimes, I don't know how to say it, but sometimes in time, people can find out who you really are, and they will accept it more because they know who you really are.
But see,
Right.
that's what we were saying at first. I said you have to choose those things that you are willing
Right.
to accept and expound upon. But there's some things that is just dead right, point blank, stop that I'm
Right.
not going to
Right.
accept.
Right.
Like,
Absolutely.
like she said, Marcus J can tell. I've known Marcus J 25 years. Marcus J can tell me when he want to say, you know what I tell Marcus J? Whatever. And I keep looking at him sideways, and we'll figure it out later on.
Right.
So, Charisma and I have that totally different relationship, but it still works because of the person that you have.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think it's important when we're dealing with, depending on the kind of relationship that we're dealing with, it's difficult sometimes to be brutally honest because you worry about hurt feelings. And then there's other times when you don't. It's hard to describe it the way it's kind of in my head. But, just to kind of speak on what these two knuckleheads are saying, I guess the whole grumpy thing when they're talking about me, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I pick on her relentlessly, but it is, it's like a little sis thing. That's why I call her that. And she know I ain't going to steer wrong. And, she told me one time that I hurt her feelings. She gave me the business, too, y'all. You should have seen her. She was giving me the business.
Because I had been holding it in,
Yeah,
I was
she was
trying to be
holding it in.
strong.
She was holding it in. And she gave me the business. And I was like, I don't care.
No, he said, "I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings."
Why
And
you
he
gotta
gave me
tell
a
the truth?
Big old hug.
Why you gotta tell the truth?
Don't do that.
Why you gotta tell the truth?
Don't try to act hard, okay?
I ain't trying.
I know you get tired of being called grumpy all the time, right?
Nah, actually I don't.
You don't. You like that?
Yeah, I'm like George Sanford.
You're a mixture. Huh?
Yeah, man. You know, so ain't no half step with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Laurel says a lot of times we want to see the good in people. Bottom line, actions speak louder than words. Right? You can't change a person to fit what you think you want. I think we have to be good listeners and then see where we want to go with it. So that's as good a comment as we can get, and I think we'll leave it right there. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. We're going to take our final break of the night, and when we come back, we'll have our rants, we'll have our closings. We're going to close it up with our Timothy Harden and Renewed and the Daily Cool Diva. Yours truly.
They're going to sing again,
Big Bro
too, right?
Joe, Marcus J. and the crew, and you. We're going to have a word from our final sponsor and our brother K-Dub. We'll be back.
Now I can see.
Stay with us.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? This is your man K-Dub, and when I'm down on 285 down in Atlanta, GA, maybe on I-64 in Newport News, Virginia, or maybe I'm in Jersey City catching that light rail headed downtown to go into NYC, I'm always plugged in to Legacy Internet Radio, listening to Ain't No Half Stepping with my man Marcus J. Check it out, y'all. Peace.
What up, everybody? It's your girl, Jody Smith, JMM, Jody Music Mixtape. It's a classic. Get at my dude, Marcus J, on Legacy